Hello guys, and welcome back to Watch Talk Wednesday. My name is Josh. Let's hop in to the first story that we have today. This is from Theo and Harris, and it is you have to break your cheap watch addiction. Now, this is actually a video that I've thought about making. And I actually probably will make sometime in the future. You guys know my story with watches. I kind of got into the hobby and then I bought a whole bunch of watches in the lower to mid tier, and I actually spent so much money that I probably could have purchased one piece or maybe one piece and a few of the lower pieces in the medium tier, or even kind of like almost high tier, right? And basically what Theo and Harris says in this video, and I'll play a quick clip.
I feel like you're taking an easy way out, and for that reason I think you should stop. Collecting anything isn't an easy thing. I mean, whether it's from stamps to watches, it requires a lot of, hard work, and sometimes more than others, but it requires work, it requires thought on your behalf. What do I actually want to buy and own?
Basically what he says in the video is that, if you're just experiencing the lower end range of watches, you're not really going into the hobby as deep as you could, right? There's a whole bunch of different pieces that you have to experience, and if you just look at the very, very cheap pieces, you're not necessarily experiencing that the whole range of watches that are offered. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. I know personally, I wish that I had bought maybe one of my lower end pieces and then saved up for a tutor or something like that, but you live and you learn, and if you're a new collector you will also learn from your own mistakes, but hopefully you can learn from some of ours. So let's move into the second topic of the day. This is actually a video from Adrikos, and he actually makes some pretty bold claims in this video, so you should definitely go and watch it on his channel. But basically what he says is basically the Swatch group and ETA are kind of collapsing in the market. As you guys all know, the Swiss market is kind of down recently, not even kind of, it's very down recently. And Adrikos kind of gives a history of what happened. He says, the Swatch group basically decided to start limiting the movements that they provide to other companies, and so the other companies made in-house movements which weren't all that impressive. They raised the prices and people basically got sick of them. Basically what Adrikos says in a more sexualized way than what I'm gonna say is that Seiko has positive momentum and ETA and the Swatch group have negative momentum, and it's going to be very, very hard for those to reverse it. I personally hope that the Swatch group is able to make it through this time period because I really like Swatch, but we're going to move on to the third story of the day. Alright, so if you guys are following a blog to watch, you guys definitely know what this video is. It is a quick look at the manufacturing process of a Grand Seiko inside their factories. Now, it is a very, very cool video. It's just under 6 minutes long, and it is pretty amazing. If you like looking at watches or want to know more about what's actually inside the components of a watch, definitely check out this video because it shows you every single little piece. So there you go, guys. It was a really cool video, at least I thought so. Maybe you guys are just this is crazy, but that's why I wanted to share it with you. Let's move on to the fourth topic for today's video. Boom! It is my buddy It's Kibble Talks Watches. If you guys have been watching Watch Talk Wednesdays, I pretty much mention him every single week. He's doing a really good job. He's killing it on his channel. He just hit 400 subscribers, so if you want more watch content, definitely go subscribe to him. But he came out with a review of the Oris Artix GT. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But he actually did a few really cool things with this video, which I don't want to go unnoticed, so I wanted to kind of talk about it. Number one, he did a really cinematic shot in the intro to the review with the watch sitting on a rock. I'll display it right now. In addition to that, he also had some pretty cool effects in his review. So if you kind of like my very cinematic reviews or the editing style, I think that James at It's Kibble Talks Watches definitely has stepped up his game a little bit, and you should definitely go check out his newest review. I'm sure that he would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it. And that pretty much covers the news for today. If you like the show and if you like the channel, please follow the links in the description down below to contribute to our Patreon. And finally, thank you for watching. My name is Josh. I will see you next week. Bye.